Good morning, students. I welcome you all to our today's robotronics session. Today we are going to start programming using Arduino board. As we all know that a robotic systems work in a similar way of a human body. So basically a robotic system should have a brain, some sensors and some motors for the movement. Fine. So I hope all of you remember that when you are using the iPitara brick, that is the brain of our robots, which we were trying in the lab. So today I'm going to introduce to a new microcontroller, that is a brain, which is called as Arduino Uno board. Arduino is an open source electronic prototyping platform. It is based on flexible, easy to use software and hardware. So why I'm telling it open source? Because open source means that it is easily available in the market. You can buy it online or from any electronics shop, and the software is also available free of cost on the internet. And we are going to use Tinkercad software too for the programming of this Arduino Uno board. And why it is easily to use? Because it has flexibility of using the pins. Fine. So I'm going to tell you how we are going to use this in our further sessions. So now there are different types of varieties of Arduino available. It can be Arduino Uno, Arduino 101, Arduino Pro, Arduino Micro, Arduino Pro Mini, Arduino Nano, and many more. But we have only Arduino Uno and Arduino Nano in our labs. So we are going to start with Arduino Uno first. So as I discussed in the beginning about the microcontroller, that is the brain of the robotic system. So just like a human body requires a brain to do the things, so robotic systems also require a controlling device, and this controlling device is called as microcontroller. So Arduino Uno is a microcontroller board based on the ATmega6 328P. So this is the technical specification of this board, and it has 14 digital input or output pins, 6 analog pins, 16 megahertz crystal frequency, a USB connection, a power jack, and a reset button. So 14 digital pins. So these are the digital pins 0 to 13. So the total count is 14 because we are starting our counting from 0. So there are 14 digital input or output pins. So this I was talking about the flexibility. We can use these pins as the input pins or the output pins. If you remember in our iPitara brick, the ports were fixed. That means the sensor ports were fixed and the motor ports were also fixed. Sensor ports matlab input and the motor ports means output. So but here we have the flexibility of changing the ports also, and we can make those changes in our program and use it according to our requirement. And 6 analog pins. So analog pins is here down, that is A0 to A5. These are the analog pins. And then 16 megahertz crystal frequency. This is the crystal, and it is like controlling the speed of like sharing the program from the Arduino to the main system, from the computer to the Arduino, you can say. So USB connection, we have to use a USB connection to transfer the program from the computer to the to the Arduino board. Then a power jack, that's the battery, and a reset button. Now here is a reset button. If some problem is there, you can just reset the Arduino board and you can program it again. Now here if you notice, I have mentioned it has 14 digital input and output pins, of which 6 can be used as PWM outputs. Now what is this PWM? PWM means pulse width modulation. So if you notice here in this board, there are some waves or some line like things are there in some of the pins, that is 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. So these are the 6 PWM pins. So what is the function of that? Now, as I told you, these pins can be used as the output pins also. So output means, that means, for example, we are using motor as an output, fine. So if we have to control the speed of the motor, because digital means only high and low input, fine. So high and low means but only on and off. But if we have to control the speed of the motor, so we have to make some changes in the program, and we have to connect the motor only to these pins, that is 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. So when I'm going to start the programming of the motor with the Arduino board, then I'm going to tell you more in detail about pulse width modulation. Right? So let's go ahead. Next is the terminology. There's a new terminology used now First is sketch. That means a program which we write to run on an Arduino board is called as a sketch. Fine. Next is pins. जैसे हम ports use करते थे पहले IPTARA brick में, now it is pins. So input or output pin connected to something. So output to an LED and input from the switch or a knob. Next is digital. Digital, you must be having an idea that is only high and low. That is on and off. For example, switch state. Next is analog. The analog value ranges from 0 to 255. As you have used the sensor in our lab also, the value ranges from 0 to 255 only in that case also. And here we are going to, we can give the example of LED brightness or the motor speed, because we can vary the speed of the motor and we can vary the brightness of the LED also. Okay, let us begin with a simple program of LED blinking using the Arduino board. So here I have taken the Arduino board, and then we can take an LED, and the negative terminal of the LED should be ground. That means should be connected to the ground through a wire, and then positive part should be connected to the digital pin. Any digital pin you can take. So here I have taken as 13 using a resistor also. Why resistor is used? To control the flow of the current. Otherwise this LED will get short. Okay, so now this is the code for this. Now the code can be expressed in the form of a blocks or in the form of a text. As I already mentioned, we are going to use the Tinkercad software here. Fine. So in Tinkercad, both the options are available. Initially, we are going to use the blocks, but gradually I want you to shift to the text code. This text code is based on the embedded C. Fine. So let us discuss the logic. What is now we are going to do. So first, this is set built-in LED to high. Now what is built-in here? So if you notice here in this Arduino board, here this is L is there. So L means here an LED is already fixed and it is connected to the pin number 13. So this is built-in LED. So once we will do the program, and then I'm going to show you how the output will look like. So that is why it is mentioned as built-in LED. High means on, then wait for 1 second. Now these gray blocks are like comments. So whenever you write some program in your computer period also, you just write comments to understand it in a better way. So these gray blocks are the comments, and the main program is in the blue and yellow color. So set built-in LED to low, and then again wait for 1 second. That is turning it on, wait, then turning it off, then wait. Fine. Similarly, in the text form, we have to start our program with void setup. So this is the way we have to use it. Fine. This is the programming language. So we have to follow the syntax, and whatever the basic things I'm telling, you have to follow all those things. Fine. So first is void setup, then curly brackets. Then in this void setup, we are going to define the things. Okay, what things we are going to do. So first is pin mode 13 comma output, because it will give us the output. So and then the semicolon and then the curly bracket closed. So this is the defined part. Whatever things we are using, we are going to define this in this void setup. Then void loop. That means we have to repeat, because we have to make it blink again and again. So for digital write 13 high. So this is the this is the way you have to write it here. Digital write. So W is capital, means it should be capital only. If you take it small, then it will not work. Digital write 13 again here high. High should be in capital only. You cannot write this high in the small syntax. Then again please take care of the semicolon. Every time you complete the statement, you have to finish it off with a semicolon. Now delay. So here we were using wait. Here we are going to use delay. Delay 1000 means 1 second, because this unit is in milliseconds. Digital write 13 low, and then delay again 1000. So again we have to close the curly bracket. And here in this case, the orange ones, or you can say brown ones, are the comments. So the main program is written in black part. I hope this program is clear to you. Now let us try this program using the Tinkercad software. So when you open the Tinkercad software, it will look like this. You have to go to circuits, then click on create new. So here when you go on this basic, so here everything will come, all, starters, basic, Arduino. So I'm going to go to starters, and then I'm going to click on Arduino. Fine. So this kind of things will come. So I am dragging now blink, because we are going to try the program of LED blinking. So please drag it once only, it will come. Otherwise, if you do it 2-3 times, 2-3 pictures will come there. Fine. So this is the circuit which I had shown in the PPT also. So now how to do the coding for this now. So when you click on code, so you see both the things are coming. Blocks, then you just click on this triangle, blocks plus text, and then text, as I had explained you in the PPT. So this is the block and this is the code. So this is the ready-made program which is already available in the Tinkercad software. Fine. So if I click on, now if you want to make some changes in that, fine. So either you can use the blocks or you can use the text also. So I'm just closing the code. Let us check whether this code will work now. Start simulation. See, it is taking it in the milliseconds if you see the simulator timing there. Fine. So once it is complete, it will just click on and then off. Off, on, off, on. Now it is doing that. Fine. So I hope it is clear to you how to do the code and how to check the simulation also. So in the next session, we are going to try some different programs which are not available in the already starter part. Fine. Thank you.